Previously on Eagle's Nest, Nigel Ndlovu showed that with extra resilience and passion, you can sway any judge's decision. After showing the Eagles his trailer, but Pamalo wasn't so lucky. Tamsanga went on to shock his fellow Eagles by giving what he called a careful no, talking of the bees, but that didn't stop Welcome from sailing through. Today's fifth episode is in Harare with Eagles Jackie, George and Leslie. Their mission is to select participants of worth to represent Zimbabwe regionally and internationally.
My name is CHIDO KASEKE and I'm the Creative Director at Patch Maoko Zimbabwe, where we create quality, unique and colorful handbags, which are handcrafted here in Zimbabwe and are carried by their owners to show the world, therefore changing the perceptions of Zimbabwe through fashion. At Patch, we create quality handbags, and we are an overall sustainable business. That we employ sustainable production methods with the use of sustainable raw materials, which in turn nurtures the communities and environment that we operate in. By crafting our bags using our hands, which take one person at least one day to make one bag, we're sustaining communities by providing free in-house training for unemployed women who we then employ once they become skilled. The greater the hands we have on deck, the greater the capacity that we have to fulfill the growing demand of our handmade products, which is global now. Since the conception of our business in 2015, we have experienced organic growth, and this year, amidst the pandemic, we have made steady sales of our handbags via our online platforms, as well as via a recent partnership that we have created with a retail boutique across the borders in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'd like to invite you to learn more about our business and to have you join our movement, which is growing our vision to have every woman around the world carry with them a Patch Maoko Zimbabwe handbag, therefore changing the conceptions of our beautiful country throughout the world. Thank you once again.
Wow. If there's one thing that have just impressed me in this presentation, is the willingness to restore our identity. You know, I've seen challenges from South Africa making a lot of noise in Zimbabwe. We don't no longer celebrate our own. So this is coming as a symbol of patriotism. This is coming as a symbol of belonging. There is still citizenry. I can actually attach myself to what you've just presented to us.
CHIDO might be a bit nervous, but she is clearly off to a good start. But as we've established, the Eagles seem to have a knack for surprises, regardless of how good a pitch might sound.
However, I just need to understand a few, business issues around the brand.
Okay.
How much are you making from the brand? Because I've seen it started in 2015.
Yes.
So how much have you been making progressively, probably 2016, 17, up to date? What's your annual turnover?
Last year, we generated around about 7,200 just from our sales. And this year, we are making on average $1,600 on sales a month.
Who are your customers? How do you target your customers? How do you take the product to the customer?
Okay.
Who are they and how have you identified them?
Right, my customers are women who love their identity, women who support sustainable products because our brand is quite sustainable. I would like to say that 50 to 60% of our sales are coming from Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora. The rest is split across the globe from people that are not Zimbabwean, I would say.
CHIDO, I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been eating the whole afternoon. And now there's something that is different. And I'd certainly buy your bags.
Great.
I think the quality is amazing. I love the use of natural product.
Yes.
I think they're beautiful.
Thank you
and
very
it's
much.
a pity we don't know about them. So there's a bit
Now
more
you
social
do.
media work that needs to happen.
Yes.
You've answered one question that we already have.
Okay.
You know, do you have export potential? It's very key for this for this competition. So if you've already got inroads in there, I think we now need to speak about building a sustainable business.
Okay.
And are you still employed full-time?
No, not anymore.
Okay, so this is...
I'm now focusing 100% on my business.
What capacity do you believe you've got to actually grow into it?
Okay. So I think current research has shown that in 2023, the handcrafted industry is going to grow into about a multi-billion industry. And because of that, there is also a major drive in supporting handmade, specifically in Africa products. I think that there's a big gap in there, especially because we need representation from our nation, Zimbabwe. And I believe that the brand is ready to be fitting in that gap within that market.
What would $100,000 do for your business?
I haven't done budgets as specifically, but I do know that 100,000 is going to go a long way. We need, yes, most of our work is done using hands, but we need, as I said, a bigger studio. We need funding to train women, and yeah, I think that's probably at the top of my head how best I would answer.
I just want to know quickly, what are the price tag of your bags?
The one I'm holding is tagged at $120. I would like to think that handmade is priceless, not expensive.
Okay.
But our bags range from $40 to $150. And we have a wide range as well, from laptop sleeves, wine and whiskey totes, some of the things that are not in front of you today.
Locally, have you been getting some great sales?
Yes.
Where are you selling from?
Indeed, online, on Instagram.
And?
It's great. That's where most of all my business comes from.
And?
Just
Is that your only platform?
Yes.
CHIDO seems to have bagged her 3 yeses already by the look of things, but we're yet to find out which side of the bed George woke up on today.
I love that you're doing something that represents the country. And I see you've got a vast variety of business coming from all around the world. But my advice to you would be increase your social media presence.
Okay.
I think Jackie did mention that the pitiful thing is that we don't know you, and you've got such an amazing product, and you need to focus more on the specific group of people that you want to attract to buy. My overall comment on your pitch would be a no.
Okay.
And I would say probably get more mentorship. It's a very beautiful product that you're doing, but I think if you get the right mentorship, you can actually increase your business.
CHIDO, I believe for me, in terms of the goal of what we're trying to achieve, you have already passed the most critical test.
Okay.
Does your product appeal to an international market? And it appeals to us locally as well. You have a lot of things that are ready. Your need for certification for any exports are not as complex
Okay.
as probably a different business in food, for example.
I've never felt this patriotic the way I felt today. So for me, for that reason, it's a yes for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you. And I'd like to see you after this.
Great. Okay. That's fine.
Surprisingly, George thinks CHIDO needs more mentorship, while Leslie is excited about CHIDO's patriotic approach to business. As for Jackie, well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what she wants from CHIDO with such beautiful merchandise. In his pursuit to fly out of the nest, Stedman must convince all 3 judges that he knows what he's actually doing, given the multiple products that he's selling.
Hi Eagles, I'm Engineer MOVEN, the Operations and Managing Director of EGI Zimbabwe. EGI Zimbabwe is a industrial manufacturing company that manufactures machines. And in this case, we have 2 subsidiaries. The first one is called Agritech, meaning agricultural technology. So in this company, we manufacture agricultural machines like egg incubators, dryers, and we have some other machines that we also do in small scale, like peanut butter making machines. And then we have another major subsidiary called Biomedic, meaning biomedical engineering company. So in this company, we manufacture infant incubators and microbiology. And also we've introduced new products such as examination beds, hospital trolleys, and automatic beds.
Hold your horses, Stedman. Leslie seems a bit lost and needs a few things clarified before proceeding.
Are you into agricultural equipment? Are you into medical equipment? Are you into poultry equipment? What exactly?
Well, our company is an industrial company, so we manufacture industrial machines. But under that company, we have two subsidiaries. The first one is called Agritech. It manufactures only agricultural equipment. Then the second one, Biomedic, it manufactures hospital equipment.
Okay, so it's Agritech and Biomedic.
Biomedic.
All right. What is your capacity?
In terms of production,
Yes.
when we are in Agritech, usually our maximum product that we can produce per month is 10 products. Then in Biomedic, it's a new company, so for the meantime, we only have samples, but we have not yet managed to put those samples on the market, but they are ready.
Okay, and what's your monthly revenue?
Our monthly revenue we usually generate from Agritech company. So our cash cow can generate up to 1.2 monthly US dollars.
1.2.
Yes.
And where do you intend to export those equipment to?
For the first time, we want to export these companies, especially starting from Southern Africa. Because in Zimbabwe, we have reputable good deeds from the customers. So we are now aiming southern part of Africa. Then with time, we need to move into Biomedic and then start producing equipment in Zimbabwe. Then we start to export even up to European countries, because we know our technology is the best. Because our products are innovative.
I understand your zeal, but I need to know where the need is for your products.
You mean the demand?
Yes.
The need for our agricultural machines are farmers, especially small-scale farmers. The reason we are mainly targeting small-scale farmers because our products are affordable. So we are trying to make them solar, we try to make them at affordable prices so that farmers can get them.
Hold on. In the region, which country is interested in your products?
Starting with Zimbabwe, our country. Then we move on to Malawi and Zambia.
How long have you been in business?
This is now third year.
And how many are you in your company?
Our employees are 2 and we are 2 directors.
So who does the work?
Our employees, I just make some orders and come up with ideas, then we employ them.
So are they permanent or contract?
And their own contract.
Okay.
Jackie and Leslie seem unimpressed. George takes a more diplomatic approach in order to understand where Stedman is coming from.
You spoke about CSR.
CSR.
Yeah.
CSR.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a short
Social. It was on your.
Okay, if you say it. Yeah, social responsibility. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Why do you think what drives you to do that?
It's a good question. The reason why I formed this company is that we need to help poorest among poor. That is why we formed this company. As we grow, we even want to direct most of our profits to poor and disabled. But for the meantime, we are mainly concentrating on growing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And I see you gave to a church.
Yes.
Did that increase anything? Since what was your strategy behind that? I'm trying to understand you, and I understand your business is 3 years. And please explain that before I go to my next question.
Okay. And the reason why we donated to a church, it was because it was our responsibility. It was social responsibility. Though there was then an advantage for us. We get some references for making this product, but the main agenda, the main reason was it was a responsibility for us. Not to
well, what turnover did you make last year? You've been in business for 3 years?
Yes.
Can you just give us a projection, like year one, you made X amount?
Okay.
Last year you made?
For the first year, we injected around the 400, I can say. Then our turnover of the sales was close to 600. Then second year, we managed to reach 800. Then this year is not yet in, but I can see, wow, it's around 920.
US dollars.
Yeah, so it's more like our growing percentage for each year is around 20%, close to 20%.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stedman,
Yes.
you know what? When I went through this shit, I was excited.
Thank you.
You know the reason why I was excited? Because I know there's a huge gap in terms of equipment in Zimbabwe and even in Southern Africa.
Yes.
But I then got a bit disturbed because you have been in business for 3 years.
Yes.
I feel the diversification that is happening is just too fast.
Yeah.
This is me thinking. It's not a problem
Yeah.
to dream big.
I get your point.
Yeah, I can stop you from dreaming big. I actually want you to dream more big. For me, for now, I feel there's a lot of training that needs to be done in terms of you getting structured, in terms of how you address or how you manage the business aspect.
From where I am, I believe you've done the hard work, to be honest. Manufacturing is something this country needs. It's a real need because we've got serious issues we need to address. But you've gone and started products in sectors that are very key to this economy.
Thank you.
Even locally. And you do have assistance that you need. But I like that you are in critical sectors, not just for Zimbabwe. And I think those innovations, with a bit of mentoring and a bit of understanding on the business, certain things can happen. I'm going to give you a yes to the next round.
While there's nothing wrong with dreaming big, Leslie believes Stedman needs to go the whole length in order to achieve his expected goal. It's a no from Leslie and a yes from a generous Jackie. Stedman's future hangs in the balance, and it's up to George to decide his fate.
I want you to take away one word from me, and that word is focus. And focus, abbreviated, stands for follow one course until success. So you've showed us many products. You've told me about your revenue for the year. And if you're making $900 the whole year, for me, it doesn't sound right as a business with such things that you're showing us here. So for me, Stedman, it's going to be a no. And I really would want you to go for the training. And I'm sure next time when you come through, you can have a better pitch, and also you will have focused and done a better job with the industry that you're in. So for me, that's a no.
With 2 no's and 1 yes, Stedman fails to go through.
Hello Eagles, my name is Keith CHIPUDHLA and I'm the founder and head grower at VitaGrow. VitaGrow is an agricultural company based in Harare, Zimbabwe. We started operations about 3.5 years ago, but only got formally registered in 2019. So at VitaGrow, we use a method of farming called hydroponics. So hydroponics is where you use specially designed systems that allow you to farm without using soil. So we don't use any soil in our systems, and this gives us a number of benefits for our crops. So first of all the water that we use is recycled. So we save on water compared to normal soil-based farming. Also, we use way less land in hydroponics because we can grow our crops vertically, going upwards. And the biggest one in our view is that we don't use any pesticides in our crops. So this means that for all our crops, we give you a generally healthier crop because we don't put any harmful pesticides to your crops. So we farm a wide range of horticultural goods like English cucumbers, peppers, fancy lettuces, and various herbs.
I'd like to ask you, what's your current turnover currently? You've been in business 3 years.
Sorry?
You've been in business 3 years.
Yes.
And what has been your past year turnover? So 2018 to 2019, what turnover did you make?
Okay, so I've been in business for 3 years, but the first year it wasn't really an incorporated business. So I was just farming, and I didn't keep many records. But since last year, since I was just starting with hydroponics now, I made a yearly turnover of $5,100. So per month I was making about $450, and minus expenses like the one guy I had, the one guy that was working for me. So per month I was making about $110 a month, and that was last year.
As your net profit?
Yes.
So your gross profit?
Gross profit was, in a month it was $450 approximately, give or take.
No, okay.
And
You
then, okay.
What are your distribution channels?
Okay, so right now we supply, like I mentioned, we supply various shops like Bon Marché. We supply various Bon Marchés at Belgravia, and also farmers market like Pomona Farmers Market. We supply Mojo's Restaurant, Cover Market in Borrowdale.
Do you own the premises you work from?
Yes.
Okay, and how big are they?
So right now I've got 2 greenhouses. I started with 1 greenhouse. So both greenhouses, each one is 10 by 12, 10 by 12. So it's 120 square meters each for the greenhouses that I've got. So I've also started building another one, another greenhouse in Vinona, but that's one is coming maybe next month or so.
Okay. Excuse my ignorance. You said hydroponics, but I'm seeing plants in soil. Is that soil?
No, that's not soil. So with hydroponics...
What is the black stuff?
So in hydroponics, we use what's called grow media. So instead of soil, because the plants...
What is that?
Sorry?
What do you use?
Grow media. There's a lot of grow media, right? So the plant will still need something to hold its roots, right? So there's just for support. They're called inert medias. So there's things like pine bark. The bark from the pine trees, they crush it up. So it's got no nutritional value. We give the nutrition to the water, and we use things like vermiculite, perlite, like processed sort of stuffy things just to hold the plant in place.
How is hydroponics better than conventional farming? Why did you choose hydroponics?
Okay, so there's various factors that make hydroponics better than normal soil-based farming, in my view, right? So first of all is the water usage. So currently, when you're doing normal soil-based farming, you're waiting for the rains, right? If the rains don't come, and then your yield and your crops won't do as well. But with us, we circulate water. In terms of yield, hydroponics has around 35 to 40% increase in yield. Okay. Because of the various factors like that. So in terms of space also, like she was asking, I can actually have a small, maybe even a half acre or even
in terms
farm,
of retention time, how much faster is hydroponics than conventional farming?
So for things like lettuce, for example, I'd say about a week. So in soil, maybe you can say from planting can be 6 to 7 weeks, but in hydroponics, it will be done between 5 to 6 weeks.
Definitely, in conclusion, I would say a yes for you to go to the next stage. However, the issues that I've also touched on, please do a bit of diligence on them.
I'm of a different view to Leslie. I think you benefit more from the mentorship and the training that will come through. There's a bit more work to do to rejig your business model and actually look at a bigger revenue line. So I would recommend you for the training that ZimTrade is offering. So for now, it's no.
That's okay, thank you.
Wow, Keith, it's up to me. If you get a yes, you go on. And Keith, one thing about you that I appreciate, you're a young man. I love your slides. It shows that you're hands-on. And one thing that really caught me is that you're after knowledge and wisdom. You want to know how things run. So, I'm going to put my suggestion on the line to say, as long as you can guarantee me that you're really going to work hard in the next level, and you're going to be, I love how you're branded, you're very enthusiastic about what you're doing. You're doing something different, which is not being done, and you're making do without any other people's assistance. So I'm proud of what you've done so far. And I know 2-3 years down the line with what ZimTrade is offering, if you apply that, if you get the correct mentorship, you can actually become one of the biggest growers.
Thank you.
And so for me, it's a yes.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're moving on to the next stage.
We'll
Well
work on all your
Thank you.
suggestions, and thank you for your suggestions.
He goes through to the next round. The stage is set for the next episode of Eagle's Nest in Bulawayo.